Look at you. Picking that speed up a little bit.
Hey guys, welcome back to Doss Acres. This is our beautiful 20 acres. I'm Kyle, this is Shannon, and we are now officially farmers, ranchers, Longhorn ranchers. I'm claiming
We can be whatever we want to be.
Yeah. Well, if you guys don't know, if you didn't see our last couple videos, Beans is home. We got Beans from Doss Farms, my older brother Chad, and Ray. Ray gets a lot of credit too.
Ray gets a lot of credit.
This is a sweet cow, and he's not a cow, he's a steer.
You said it wrong.
Look, this guy's, I just can't tell you how stinking happy we are. So I do have to admit though, as the newfound ranchers and farmers that we are, we've got our first problem. And if you guys don't know, I forget when it was. Those that have been with us for a long time, you probably know better than I do. I stink at timelines. I had alpha-gal syndrome, the red meat allergy, the Lone Star tick disease. It takes on a lot of different names. There's still not a lot of information out there, but I contracted it out here because we have an overabundance of ticks. And I mean, that's even an understatement. When Chad and Ray brought Beans out, we were just standing here and they were dropping out of this little white oak right here. I mean, literally landing on my shoulder. I think I picked one off of your shoulder.
I picked one off of Ray. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of, when we bought this land, it was basically raw land. It had been abandoned for years. There was an old house that we had to tear down, a barn, a chicken coop. It was just
we regretted one of those.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that though. It was just completely overrun and completely overgrown. So because we were still trying to kind of tame the land, so to say, there are tons and tons of bugs.
Bruno, man, I'm sorry. He's totally stealing the show.
It's okay. He can have the show. There are just tons and tons of bugs for us to try to get a little bit of a control of. I don't know that you can out here.
Yeah. So I say that to say this. The Bean Man has a lot of ticks on him. It makes sense. He loves laying up at the very top at the back of the pasture where we cleared, the wood line being right there, the weather getting warm. Then it was cold yesterday. Supposed to be springy and warm again today. So it's just kind of how it happens here in the Midwest. But I've done a little bit of research and I've talked to Chad about it. I say a little bit, a lot of it. It's one of those subjects that you go Googling this. There's so many different treatments and opinions and things, and so it's really hard to narrow it down. So it's kind of easier for me to hit up Chad, who has gone through this, and he's like, hey, just do this, you know, don't read all this, that, and the other. So we are going to apply some ivermectin to him today. We're going to do it on his back, and we're going to try to take advantage of his feeding time. Bruno, man, we're not going to go in there just yet, okay, buddy? I know I told you you're going in soon, I promise, but we need to just get everything stabilized. You know what I'm saying, buddy? I'm ready to go in there and see my Bean Man. We've been talking now. We're best buds. He wants me to come in there.
Do you notice he doesn't have his e-collar on right now?
Well, he doesn't, does he? Is that why you're being extra brave? This is just, I love it.
They just come out and have conversations. Honestly, it was super cute yesterday whenever Bruno and I were going on our walk. As we were making our way up the hill, Beans totally followed us, and then at one point I heard this.
Bruno, man.
That's too far, Bruno.
Bruno, come on. Hey.
Out. Hey, out.
Thank you.
So as we basically we're walking up the hill, and I hear this ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum behind me, and I'm like, what in the world? Beans is running up the hill to come, basically he was walking with us.
I'm glad that's what the ba-dum
well,
was.
I don't know how to say like what it sounded like, but you know what I'm saying.
I had jokes, but we're gonna leave it right there.
All right, can we go in and see this guy?
Yeah, Bruno, man, you're gonna stay out here, okay, bub? What's up, Benjamin? Hi, buddy. Were you searching for all the rest of your feed in there, big fella? Okay, so while he's got his face down, we're gonna go ahead and administer ivermectin from his shoulders back, basically. And how many gloves do we have?
One.
And what size is it? Shannon?
One size fits most.
Yeah, I'm not most. It ain't happening. That means you get to be the lucky winner. So if you just joined the channel not too long ago, or if you followed Beans over here, Beans is our very first steer. He's our first cattle of any sort that we've had We went in a funny order with goats and then the guineas. They were an attempt to hopefully help us with our tick population. So far they're doing, I don't really know what they're doing. We got more to talk about with the guineas here in a little bit. That's a good boy. Careful, babe. If he kicks, it's kind of going out this way, you know?
Okay. Did you say 1 syringe or 2?
2. And I did ask Chad if we need to like try real hard to get it down to his skin or anything. And he said no. He said just get it up there. I believe it is kind of an oily substance and his natural oils will eventually take it on down throughout. Good job, Benjamin. Good job, Shannon.
Thanks.
Farmer Shannon.
Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick.
Okay. Now we got to be a little bit careful when we're petting them. We don't want to get that. That can be an irritant. I don't know. I touch things, I do things, but we're just gonna be smart here, Beans. And hopefully that'll kill those ticks for you, big guy. So this will actually do more than just take care of those ticks. It's not, from what I understand, it is not preventative to ticks. So for us to administer that before we brought him here, I know, buddy, you feeling it run down your back? Yeah, it's not a preventative measure for ticks, but it will kill them, those that are on him right now. And it seems to kind of be a common thing with cattle. You know, and I was even talking to Chad about it. He's got a neighbor where he got taters, there an S on the end of that? And that guy, they have a lot of land and they have run cattle forever. We've known him a long time. It is a generational farm. And Chad said, you know, they have cleared the vast majority of their pasture is just pasture. There's no trees. I blame our oak trees a lot. The ticks really like to hang out in the leaves of those oak trees, and I don't do a controlled burn. I would like to, but I'm a little afraid to catch all my land on fire. We'll get there someday. And that does help with this type of thing, but it's just even Chad's neighbor who doesn't have the forest or the woods like we do, he said he's got ticks too. It's just a thing. And sure enough, you go out there on Google and you throw in there how to treat cattle for ticks or what, there's a lot of information out there. And again, I think so much of this stuff is just kind of learned from doing. What works best for your farm, for the types of animals you have, for the type of terrain you're on. So we're starting with ivermectin. I don't want to hear any of the comments. Some people think it's terrible, some people think it's great, some people say you got to inject it, some say you got to treat them orally. We're going to learn together. So we're going to let you know how this goes, and hopefully we can eradicate the ticks off my bean man. Ain't that right, big fella? Yeah. I think he really likes it here, guys. He's got his favorite napping spots. He does now. He gets real used to when we come outside, he will come running down the hill. When he was over at Doss Farms, Chad always joked that he had 2 speeds, go and not go. And here, because he likes to hang out up the hill, and I don't really know why. I know with goats, they like to be at the highest vantage point because they want to be able to see everything. That's why our Goatville runs downhill. They like to hang out up in the pen until it's time to go graze. Maybe that's his thing. I don't really know. But either way, he always comes a running and talking to us. He might get a lot of attention these days. I can feel some ticks on your neck there too, buddy. Dang. Cattle can absolutely get diseases from ticks. I think cattle fever, it's got a really fancy name, a lot of B's, a lot of T's, and an osis at the end. But I think it's called cattle fever. And it can take cattle out. So we're just gonna do everything we can to get them taken care of. Ain't that right, buddy? Oh, okay. Keep it on top of the head. You got it, big guy.
So you may have covered this, but I know that we did get some questions on our last video with a lot of detail because Chad's viewers really watch like everything that he does. So when Chad and Ray were here, and you may have already covered this, but when they were here, they talked about how they had already treated Beans with ivermectin whenever they treated the rest of the goats. But the more we, oh my gosh, cows.
Are you a goat?
You know what I'm saying? But the more that they stood here and we talked, they were like, you know what? We didn't give him the ivermectin. So it is okay that we're giving it to him, even though he's only supposed to have it every 6 months. he didn't get that last treatment. So I just want to kind of clarify that.
Yeah.
It's not that we're overdosing him or anything like that.
Well, and realistically, I was telling him ivermectin is not necessarily a preventative measure for ticks. It is a reactive. So
Yeah.
even had he already had it, he's better off now getting it because he has the ticks, just being realistic.
Okay.
And these will kill those, and they say like 99%.
Really?
Yeah. But it also,
Wow.
it's a dewormer. I mean, it does a whole lot of good things. It kills a lot of parasites, and it will do it internally, even though we did it as a pour-on. You're a farm girl.
He eats so slow. It's awesome.
I know, I love
it.
Yeah, we're not used to this. With goats, man, you put the food down, you better get out the way. The other goats better get out the way.
It's gone in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He actually enjoys his food and takes his time a little bit.
I can already see some of the ivermectin has run down his side, and he's kind of, that's food right there. I don't want him, this will not hurt him if he gets it in his mouth. It's technically, you can treat him orally with this as well. But yeah. Bean Man, I hope it's gonna do what it's supposed to do, big fella. We don't need you getting any tick diseases like I did. I specifically looked up, can cattle get alpha-gal? And just like I learned when I got it, there's very little to no information out there. They don't really know. And it's ironic, you think about it, because it's a red meat allergy. If he got it, is he alert? You know what I mean?
I know, I'm like, would he be allergic to himself? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Now, I could draw his blood and take it to the lab and look for, I think it's the IgEs.
Really? That's a thing?
Those were the numbers, that's what I was looking at on mine to see where I was at.
Is that a thing that you can actually do that test?
I don't see why not.
Oh, you're just making stuff up.
I have to. There's no information on the internet. They're like, I don't know if they can get that alpha-gal syndrome or not. So maybe we're going to be the first to find out. I don't want you to.
We're just going to take care of you the best we can so that you don't get anything.
Yeah. So guys, hold your comments. We're not freaking out. This is very normal. This is very common. It is something that I would assume most all farmers, there are so many small hobby farms. There's so many big ranches out this direction. All these people have to deal with the same thing. Their terrain's the same. Even if they've cleared it, they have ticks. I know they do. I've talked to them at the feed stores. I asked, what do you do? And everybody's got their own different thing. Basically, ticks they suck. Quite literally, and yeah, I can't stand them. So we're gonna do our best.
Another one of those bugs that has no use here. Wasps and ticks.
Wasps. If the ticks and the wasps would go to war and just annihilate each other completely, the world would be a better place. Just my 2 cents. I don't know.
Gonna have to talk to God about that one once you get up there.
Yeah, I got some questions. Yeah, wasps and ticks are right up there, but I get it. All right, Benjamin, I got some extra snacks in my pocket. He will clean the bottom of this thing. We'll come down. I still need to chain it to a tree, but he just enjoys bumping it around so much. I got you something to give him.
Okay.
Look at sad buddy boy over there.
He wants to come in and meet him so
I
bad.
want to come hang out with Mr. Beans. That will happen, guys. Keep an eye out for that video. That's gonna happen. We're not rushing anything, and quite honestly, this was such a climax. There was so much that went into this. Yeah, that now that we're here, it's nice. And spring weather's coming.
Taking it day by day and
yeah,
getting to know this guy a little bit better.
And I'm not going to tell you how much Shannon and I just stand out here and talk to this guy, and how many times we come up here and pet him. Trust me, if anybody says he's lonely, he needs a friend, he's got friends. We're out here. And Bruno wants to be his friend so bad. I am his friend, I just can't go in there and seize him yet.
Bruno's his only four-legged friend right now.
He's such a good boy.
He's doing so good.
And he don't have that corrective collar on him right now, huh?
I know, I'm so proud.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's been super cute for him to walk up the hill with Bruno and I every morning as we're heading up to our walk. He stays up in the flat top part of the hill and then waits for us to come back, and
you know,
it's super cute.
I would say Herc what is like our number one. I love in the mornings, as soon as the sun comes above the trees, we get a howl, we get a bark, and I love those sounds.
Yeah.
Right before that, all the guineas start going. They're the first ones to start making noise. I hate that. I don't hate it. It's just, as you guys know, it's loud, it's cute, it's funny. You see them come down out of the tree, they start their day. But now we have Mr. Beans, and he sings to us in the morning. I don't get tired of hearing his moves.
No, I love it.
He lets them rip, and he is ready to eat as soon as the sun is up. But we had to get everything ready this morning and everything, so he's doing great. All right.
Well, our schedule will change as we start to get more into summer and
holidays.
And
Yeah, we're still getting used to the late, the sun being here so late, and you kind of keep going, and you're like, well, at some point we got to stop.
Yeah, but I don't know what to do with myself whenever it's 7 o'clock at night and the sun is still up. I'm like, it's daylight. I should be outside doing something, and it's a hard thing for me to wrap my head around and
it's just
adjust.
that transitional phase out here in the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
I think they're happy about it, though. What do you think, big guy? You feel that medicine working? Hey, I got you a few little treats, mister. What's that? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, you nasty.
Brave.
You nasty big fella. That'll just go on the pants. I don't need a napkin. Maybe Mama wants to give you a few. I might have both pockets full of them. Oh, I got one more for you. Whoa!
Oh no!
I got it. We got it. Whoa! That tongue comes out of there pretty stinking quick. That's a boy. I got you something too.
You're doing great, Beansy.
Open up.
Hey.
He will eat them out of your flat hand, or if you're careful, you can hand them to him like that.
A lot of people have made comments about not scratching the top of his head.
I can't help it. I get it, because he's gonna have longhorns someday, right?
One of these days.
So they don't want him throwing his head around. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Just don't pet him back there where that ivermectin is.
Yeah,
You're real
I'm not.
close. All right, buddy boy.
You're doing great, Beans.
We got some more animals to care for.
We'll come see you in a little bit. It's empty.
That's all our treats.
Sorry.
My pockets are empty.
You slobber a lot.
Yep. I'll let you keep that to yourself, big fella. Love you, buddy. We'll come back up and see you when we're done, okay? You're hard to walk away from. Yeah, I'm trying to look and see if you got some white on your chest there, dude. There's a little white down there, isn't there? All right, we're gonna leave you be. Bruno, man, good job, buddy.
He's doing so good.
We love you. I feel like we're at that stage in the weather where if you get a spring day, you get a lot of wind with it.
Yeah.
It's just inevitable.
Yeah.
It's like taking the winter out, bringing the spring in. It is what it is. It'll calm down here in about 2 months, and then it'll be blistering hot.
And then we'll be wishing that we had wind.
That's true. That's true. But the thing about this weather is our bird army. They should be laying soon.
Yeah, so I have started the hunt for the egg nests. But here's the thing that we've learned about guineas.
Their caretaker showed up.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Does that make you happy? So here's the thing about guineas. They have a laying season, which is usually from March to about September or October. But what we've learned with our guineas before is you have to find the nest. They don't lay in one particular spot. So I have started searching for their nests, and there's a couple different places that I've looked, and it's kind of interesting because they will the hens will separate themselves off, but then they have like a male or two to kind of hang around and protect them. So it's completely random places that we'll find the nest. But these pallets over here, I checked over here this morning, and last year they made a nest in these pallets, and then yesterday there was a bird sitting right by the base of that tree, and she'd made like a little, kind of like dug out a little hole and made her a little spot. And I told Kyle,
A nest. I think that's called the nest.
Oh, well, I think it's called nest. I told Kyle, I think they're gonna lay eggs there. There aren't any over here yet, but I think they're just kind of scoping out where they're gonna be because they roost in these trees right here. So if they lay over here by the pallets or by the tree or anywhere over here, they can still see their eggs at nighttime, or at least know if something's coming over and getting them. So the hunt is on. Hopefully they'll start laying soon. We know we have 2 hens that will be laying, but the others, it'll be the first time for them.
Well, we hatched 2 batches. The first was the new 9 that has now been dwindled down to 6.
Yeah.
And then we did the new 9 times 2, so there were 18 of them. And I want to say the first 9 hatched in June, and then the second, it was like middle of August.
Yeah, and the reason we did that was because we had a nest abandoned by a guinea.
Well, we were learning. We were just,
Yeah.
if we could come by some eggs, we have big old rat snakes out here, the big black, long black snakes. And if they find those nests, it's over. And a lot of times what will happen is a raccoon will come, disturb the nest, break a couple eggs, leave all the rest behind. Well, now that odor, them snakes are just right behind them.
Yeah.
And, you know, of the 5 adults, the 2 hens, they're very protective. In fact, they will fight. They will go after Bruno. It's hilarious to protect their nest. We have no idea if the new 22, I guess is what we've got of the new ones, we have no idea how they're going to act with their nest. None of them have laid yet.
Nope. This will be their first laying season.
So with 27 birds, because last year sometimes we had 2 nests going at the same time with like 7, 8 birds.
Yeah.
We could have nests. We could have so many eggs out here.
So the other thing that we learned too, if you have guineas and you find their nest, don't take all their eggs because then they won't lay there again. So we learned that we have to leave a couple of eggs in the nest and they'll come back to it. But they're finicky little birds, and so, you know.
This is only our 2nd laying season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are going to learn with us.
Still.
Yeah, if you guys want to know more about guineas, I tell you, you go find any other guineas on the internet, you read anything you want, our guineas are not like any of them.
Well, that's what somebody said in our last video. One of the comments was that, you know, they had gone over to the neighbors and they came back when I hollered at them. They're like, nobody else's birds do that. What is going on?
So it either goes to say that we got some really weird guineas or we're really weird.
We're really weird people.
Yeah, you can walk right up to our guineas, hang out with them, talk to them. You can almost touch them.
I can't say that everybody else can, but we can.
We don't have people out here very often.
Well, that's true.
We don't know. All right.
Did you bring your ball down?
This Herc ball, Mom. I stole
know.
this from his pen.
I know.
I'm just showing it off to my Herc man.
Just rubbing it in his face that you took it?
All right, buddy. That was
Okay,
like
that's adorable.
The best throw in the world. Turn and go down the driveway. Good boy.
That's good boy, Bruno.
Man, look at you.
You are so handsome.
That's good boy. All right,
Kirk,
buddy.
are you ready to see us?
We got to go see your brother. Oh, buddy. Oh, no. Oh,
Did he just give his ball back
no.
to Herc?
I didn't mean to donate that. Here, I'll let them decide who gets it. Herc may want it back
Herc's
for a
like,
little
I'm
while.
taking it.
Herc likes to take and bury these things for a while.
Oh, sorry.
Are you going to let Bruno Man have that? You guys are
Oh my gosh,
stinking
you're
adorable.
too funny.
You know what has started happening a lot? You see this guy over here?
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, that's Luigi. We call him Ouija because he was a wee little G when he was a little guy, and we thought he was going to be a runt, kind of like Harry. No, he turned out to be our biggest goat.
Yeah.
And we actually call him the deputy. This guy's Sheriff Hercules. He is sheriff over all the goats in Goatville and Goat Pen, really everything on Shady Acres.
Yeah. Oh, look. Give it back to you.
It's mine.
You
Thanks,
two
Bruno
are
Man.
so cute.
But Luigi will actually come over here when Bruno's at the gate, and he will stand there and like tell Bruno, hey, stay out of my pen. And it is the stinking funniest relationship. I know, Bubba. I know it. Are you going to give that back to your brother? You going to let him have that back?
No.
Does it look like it?
You guys are so funny.
All right. I am happy to report how many iterations of this hay hut have we had now? How many different
I don't even
locations
know.
has it been in? Look
Well,
at it.
Yeah.
It's doing great. We ended up taking the rebar out from the ground, and we just tied, I tied like a bajillion knots right here. That's a fancy knot. Look it up. It's got a special name. Kyle's special knot, I think is what they call it. I'm a knot master. Only knot.
Well,
So we're gonna see how far this flies away today when the winds pick up a little bit more.
hopefully it doesn't fly away, but we did have a lot of really great suggestions from people in comments of how we could secure it a little bit better, and you are too cute, Herc. Those are things that we're all taking into consideration, as well as different structures going forward.
Yeah.
So it's not a permanent fixture, but we're thinking, we're
Hey, you know what?
brainstorming.
I was gonna say right now, if rain blows in, we can put these, like we do, in there, and the goats will stay in there, and the rain
can
could be
eat
coming
out of the
down.
rain.
Yeah,
Yep.
and most of them, if the rain really picks up, they ain't coming out.
Nope.
The only ones that typically will are Luigi, Mama, and her boys.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of tuck their head and they do their little running over there, and they're like, we'll get through it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna serve its purpose. But as you guys know, we've been working a lot on the bean pen and everything. And so we're kind of coming back to our project board and figuring out what's the next like focal point.
I am waiting for the wind to die down so that we can burn some things.
We do need to burn.
So that I can get Kyle to cut some more trees down for my
do need
garden
to cut some stuff
expansion. So yeah, like there's a lot of things that are all in the process, but weather dictates so much for us out here.
We're gonna be standing here and that thing's literally gonna fly
Oh
away
my
while we're
gosh.
standing here. If it starts going, I'm grabbing on. Wish me luck.
I'll call you Dorothy.
That's fine. Yeah, guys, I told Shannon some of the work that... You hear that? That's a goat. I don't know if the microphones are picking that up. Where my food at? Goodness, you
grumpy.
can't be in my pen this long and not bring my food to me.
I know, I'm getting it.
It doesn't look like it. Looks like you're standing there.
Well, Koopa just needed a little bit of love first.
Nobody care about Koopa.
Okay, I'm going.
All about Spruce. What's this? Are you dancing? You having a tough time going to the bathroom or something? What was that? These are my goats. I wish I had smell-o-vision. I wish you guys could smell. It smells delicious down here. You're not who I think you are. Are you? Is that Miss Daisy girl? I thought that was Koopa Loop up there. I thought that was you, buddy. I know you'd come see me. Don't hit me though, okay? Yeah. Good looking goat, buddy. And then brother Little Mario comes over and says, I want some attention. You boys could both stay up here and I'd love on both of you. Yeah. When have I not? Mama girl, how are you, sweetie? Yeah, I know it. All these boys in here, you just want some peace and quiet
You
every
hunting
now
mice
and
for
again,
me?
don't you? I know what, pretty lady. What are you doing? Hey, don't do goaty things to me now. You gotta do human things with me. Yeah, I don't have that hard head like you. I am hard-headed, but it's not built the same. That a good spot right there between them horns. Yes, oh boy. Here, let's get down here. Oh, some good stuff right there. Oh, Koopa man. You're my dog goat, aren't you? My dog goat. Or are we patiently waiting in the nursery that not all of you are going to get to eat in? Come on, boys. Okay. Atta boy, Ouija. Good
Hey,
job, Mama.
I need
Good
you to get
job,
the gate,
Spruce
please.
Loose. Good job, Blair Bear.
Babe,
Yo,
can you get the gate, please?
Spruce, get the gate, man. You're so rude. Yeah, I know. I don't care. I don't even care. Is Bruno in the hay shed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. Daisy, you gotta back up, baby girl.
Earl, man, you gonna talk a little bit today? He's getting more and more talkative.
He is getting more and more talkative.
His attitude's growing about as fast as he is. I think all the heat cycles are over for the girls right at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too. They only stay in heat for like,
About a week
what?
or so.
No, it's like 48 hours or something like that.
Oh. Is this quite the spectacle? We all got to see what's going on. The mohawk on that boy. He is such a unique looking goat.
on, Mama and boys.
You know what, Spruce? I decided today you're not going to eat, okay? I think everybody else is going to get to eat, except for you. Hey, Harry, you came back up. Atta boy. Gosh, this guy. Larry, we don't need to smack it, okay?
Well, can I get my hand out of there?
What'd you say?
Spruce and Weege. Well, keep going. Keep going, all of you. Well, keep going. Stop stopping in front of me, you silly
We're
boys.
actually pretty quiet today. Larry, stay out of there, bub. She's got some for you too.
Ow. Come on, Harry. Come on, Larry.
I don't know why, but I get so much joy from watching them all know where to go to eat. We spend a lot of time on that.
Keep going.
Just got very repetitious. A lot of patience.
Okay, that's 2 days in a row, mister. I am not okay with that. You need to stop. No, sir.
Larry got in trouble. He did do it last night. She got real mad. Spruce, guess what, buddy?
What? No, I'm busy eating.
You got competition, dude. There are people here that like beans. They follow beans here. It's not even you.
Nah, it's Spruce Show. I'm changing the name of the channel to Spruce Show. The Spruce Show. You know what? I don't even need Dawson's name no more. It's gonna be Spruce Show. Saw that.
You still have food in your bowl.
Why would you get more or not?
You still have food in your bowl.
I'm frustrated.
Angry much? Oh, Spruce. I remember holding you. You were just a little tyke. You were so sweet. You'd sleep in our arms. What happened? Did you eat that little version of yourself? Yeah, I think so too. Bruno, man. You're doing such a good job without your e-collar on, buddy. We don't do this very often. That's such a good boy. Guys, I could talk for hours about how great of a dog this guy is. He is not quite 1 year and 2 months old. He is just a puppy. And if you're new here, he is a pit bull Catahoula leopard dog mix. Call him a Pitahula. If you don't know what a Catahoula leopard dog is, look it up. They're a pretty unique breed. So this guy's got the genes for greatness, if properly trained. And I gotta say, he's pretty properly trained. That's my good boy, buddy. Love you, Bruno. He knows if he's good through the feeding, he always gets a post-feeding treat. He and Herc both.
Are you feeling a little itchy still? So I do plan on doing a second lice treatment tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks since I did the first one. This guy is still a little bit itchy. Not nearly as bad as he was. Hi, Coop. You just need to steal the show. But he's still been doing a little bit of stomping around, a little bit of dancing and scratching. So we're gonna do a second lice treatment on him, and I'll probably go ahead and do it on everybody just to be sure.
And we didn't do the ivermectin with them. It was that C word, right?
Silence.
Silence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's something it actually has in the directions to do it. Do one treatment, and if it doesn't take all the way, do a second treatment 2 weeks later.
Okay. And did we look up the difference between it versus using ivermectin?
No.
We just got our heads all spinning.
I just knew that we used silence before.
Yeah.
So.
Which Dad used it last year.
Yeah, and
we
tons of
used
people use it. Yeah.
because we ran into this last spring as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Ouija's trying to get some attention from you. he's been tailing you for quite a while.
Are you lacking attention, man?
Well, you know,
I'm so sorry.
Oh, we'll get my
Gotta get these butt scratches, huh?
Oh, yep, lean into it. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah.
He's so funny. He'll literally lean to whatever side it is I'm scratching.
I gotta get him a saddle for you.
You silly goat. I would break his back.
No, you wouldn't. He outweighs you.
Silly boy.
I've sat on him before. You know that, right?
I know, but just for a short amount of time. Sprucers, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that you yelling at Larry, they had their closed captioning on. I don't have anything, man. They had their closed captioning on, And the closed captioning actually read that you said, "No!" to Larry. So they turn their closed captioning on anytime they see you now.
He just did it a second ago, right before the camera's rolling. Larry came over, he had a mouthful of hay, and it was like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah." Ouija wasn't done with his attention.
Hey, don't bite me. You don't bite me to get attention. That is not how that works with me,
Well, it
mister.
seemed to work here, yeah,
No,
Yep,
sir.
Yep, sure did, yep,
No biting.
Getting attention, yep,
You're silly.
Daisy, you're not getting Herc's food, sweetheart.
Oh my gosh. You are such a goof troop. Literally pushing into me to get attention. Silly boy. He may be trying to tell me he wants some brushing because he actually loves to be brushed.
Yeah, he does. Oh, that's another thing I want to get for beans.
Oh yeah.
We
so-
mentioned it in our last video, and I had looked at some, and people had said even maybe a stiffer brush than the softer that I was looking at.
Yeah, so they said a curry brush is what a lot of people use on a,
Isn't that spicy Thai food?
oh my gosh.
What is a curry brush?
It's just a specific type of brush that people use on bovine.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
Bovine.
bovine.
Bruno's helping the Herc man eat his food.
Way to encourage him.
I'm a big helper. You dropped a piece, Hercules. I'll get it.
Well, guys, I'm sure the camera's not quite picking it up just yet, but the buds are in the trees.
Yeah,
And
we
all
have
the
a
little,
tree over here that actually looks green.
Yeah, this one, if you kind of squint and look closely, it looks like it has a green hue. So that does
Exciting.
mean our vehicles are going to be messy. The tractor, everything's all be covered in green and pollen. I'm probably going to have some kind of allergy outbreak because I'm falling apart the older I get now. I don't know what it is.
Such an old man.
But I'm so not going to complain about it because I absolutely love this weather, and it's going to be time to weed eat and mow before too long. Maybe just get some goats out and make them do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited about all the buds, and it's so good to see everything turning green. I bet 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a green skyline.
Hey, let me see your thumb. Thumb doesn't look very green
My
yet.
my thumb is not green.
You want to have some of them jalapenos? Oh yeah, fresh
but I
vegetables.
need you to bring me a greenhouse.
Oh.
Steps.
And
I just
stay
ruined his
tuned.
parade, guys.
No, it's all good. We'll figure it out. It's going to be fun.
I do plan on still getting the greenhouse. It's just, I've got to finish making the room. We haven't had the weather for it.
Yeah, and we had to get the bean man here. That's kind of important.
Well, that was priority.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll let you know how that ivermectin worked on beans. We're really hopeful that that's going to at least kill those ticks that are on them right now and maybe help keep some of them off.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we can do.
That's all we can do for now.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Every day.
Guys, we love and appreciate you. We thank you so much for coming along on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. My name's Earl. I'm not a girl. Oh, that's cute, buddy. Just want to make sure they knew. Oh, they seeing Mr. Bruno.
Guys, can you believe that's our babies right there?
Yeah.
That is our baby goats.
And our puppy. We got that guy at 4.5 weeks old.
Yep, they're
He'd fit
all
in the
over
palm
a
of my
year
hand.
old.